Neil, you've had a few good away performances this season, especially in the last couple of months, but do you think that's the best all round?
I don't know. Southend, I thought we were excellent. We didn't get the win. Recently with Morecambe as well, we've got a good winning performance. But yeah, I think to score after 30 seconds and then score with 30 seconds to go and dominate the 93 minutes in between, I think the lads deserve a proper pat on the back.
Yeah, it was similar to last week. You had the wind against you in the second half, but how pleased were you with the way you coped with it after disappointment of last week in the second half?
Yeah, the wind probably wasn't quite as bad as last week. It was awful last week, but we managed to keep a decent enough high line defensively, and the space was in for Fleetwood to get in behind us, but because of the wind they weren't able to do that. But we also kept the ball very well and got up the pitch that way rather than perhaps looking to go over the top a little bit more than perhaps we might have done last week. But I think when you control the football like we did first half and second half, it doesn't matter what the conditions are like.
Yeah, when you took Jamie off and left Jermaine on, maybe pushed him a little bit further forward, was that exactly what you had in mind, that goal at the end? Because he was causing the problems with his pace, wasn't he, at the end on the break?
Yeah, he's done unbelievable up front. In the 3 or 4 games he's done, he's got a couple of goals. But we've got people like Jamie Curtis and Terry Garnell on the bench, Russ Penn, with Sam Deere, we've got Ashley Vincent, we've got not the biggest squad, but we've got some good players, and the same players who perhaps weren't showing how good they were earlier in the season, they really are at the moment, and we've got a trust in this bunch at the moment. They're making a lot of good decisions, a lot of right decisions, and collectively and individually they look like a good team.
Yeah, and Fleetwood obviously have always talked about as being the favourites, and they've been up there pretty much all season. So do you think winning here 2-0 is a bit of a statement as well, now that you are a decent side and you mean business now?
It's certainly a good win. I mean, Fleetwood are up I think they're 3rd in the league, or they were 3rd in the league for a reason. They're a good team, it's a good club, everything's set up for, I think, to kick on. And to turn up, a week before Christmas, it's a long way from home, it's cold, it's windy, it's wet. And to perform like we did and get the 3 points like we did, it's they can be proud of themselves, like I say.
Yeah, Connor Goldson, I know you wouldn't have had any worries about putting him in because he's played quite regularly in League One this season, hasn't he? But how pleased were you with his first start for the club?
He's been excellent. He's been excellent in training since he's been at the club. Stevie got a whack in training last Wednesday, funnily enough by Connor, and I think Connor was probably going to play today anyway. Even just with all the games coming up, it might have been nice to perhaps rest Troy or Stevie, or he needed to play. He's been here a couple of weeks and not done, and I thought he was faultless. I think the forwards tend to get the headlines, the way Jermaine broke and got the goal. People will be talking about him, but Connor just did everything right, didn't make any mistakes, and he was as good as anybody on the pitch.
Yeah, nice little problem then now. If Steve Elliott is fit again for the Christmas games, nice to have 3 options there, isn't it?
Yeah, I just named some of the players there that didn't get on today on the bench, and that's what you got. You can't just have 11 good players, and you've got to build a squad and get that squad of players being together and as one, and that's what we've got. You look at the subs when we scored the goal, and they're jumping up as well as the rest of us. So it's certainly a good feeling at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely dream start, wasn't it? Good ball in, and good. He had to make a lot of ground to meet it, but good powerful header, wasn't it? From Troy?
Yes, I mean he's got a lot of assists this year. He's got a lot of goals. He's got good quality on the set pieces, and Troy just arrived in the right place at the right time. Was it luck? Was it good timing? Tell me.
Yeah, but you really look like you can hold on to leads now once you get away from home. I mean, last week people were saying you should have won it from 2-0 up, but your away form, I think it's probably 4 wins and 2 draws in the last 6, which is incredible, isn't it?
I mean, it's 10 unbeaten now in the league, and we should have had a penalty today as well. It could have been 3-0, a lot more comfortable. We're on a good run, and we need to just keep doing what we're doing and see where it takes us over the next over the Christmas period, and then the remaining months of the season.
Yeah, this time last year you lost at Rochdale just before Christmas, and after a decent start to the season, suddenly you maybe started rethinking what you wanted to do in January. But you think you're just starting to come into top form at the right time now, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. We're as I say, it's 10 unbeaten, and that's a good run in, no matter who you are. But there's you can get nervous watching games from the sidelines, and at the moment, we've got a lot of trust in the players. We can sit there fairly relaxed, thinking, we know that they're going to do the right things, and at this moment in time, that's what they do.
Yeah, all you need to do, I say all, but it's just home form, isn't it? If your home form improves now, you've got a great chance.
Yeah, I think if we could have picked up a couple more points in the last couple of home games, you know, that would have been great, but we're not going to win every home game. As simple as that. I mean, what have we done? Have we lost about 4 home games in season and a half or something? I don't know what it is, but yeah, you know, 0-0 against Bristol Rovers, Newport, and then the 2-2 with Hartlepool. It would have been nice to have picked 2 wins up, but we didn't. And you know, we're not going to. We've got no regrets. We're not going to be looking back at anything. We're just going to keep on moving forward.
Yeah. Do you think Ruth and Elliot will be fit for Boxing Day if needed? You know, if
hopefully, yeah. I mean, that's something we can obviously assess in the next couple of days. But yeah, if they are great, if not, we'll carry on with what we've got.
Yeah, was Ian Weston injured today? Because he wasn't here to Tommy Kosh on the bench.
I would just like to say hello to Ian Weston. I meant to say that on the radio just because he's not been able to come with us just for personal reasons. Right. He'll be back with us hopefully on Monday. But he was missed, and Tommy Kosh did a great job. But you know, he's a big part of what we do at the club, Ian Weston, and you know, he's been thought of while he's not been with us this weekend.
Yeah. Right. Cheers, Neil.
Cheers, John.
Well done.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.